I don't know whether I can justify it or not. Do you know what I mean? It's a tough one, this one. Toilet waste disposal point. Not sure I'd want to wash my dishes in that sink so close to that though. And it does really stink of pee over here. Find it a little bit cheeky, to be honest with you. This is where the legendary Black Shuck used to roam. The demoned dog, the Hull Hound. Today we're going to head to Outney Meadow Caravan Park in Bungay in Suffolk, and we'll check out this caravan park and its facilities. Then we'll go for a lovely walk and explore Bungay and a nice walk along the River Waveney. Thank you for joining me on this adventure. Let's start living the dream. So, first impressions, and it seems okay, to be fair. Yeah, nice open field here. Now, there is 8 acres in total with 70 pitches. So I think there's another field over there. We'll check that out in a little while. Now, to be honest, when I turned up and saw some of the buildings, I did think it was a little bit more dated than I expected. However, if I'm truthfully honest, it's actually cheaper than I expected. I had it in my head this was a over £30 a night campsite, and they're only charging me £26 for the night with an electric hookup, which is a pretty reasonable price. So, yeah, looks like it might be worth it. But anyway, we'll have a look and we'll find out. So check-in is after 11, which is a pretty early check-in, to be fair. Yeah. And check-out is 10:30, although they did tell me I could stay till 11. Yeah. So I've been put along the side here, and there's a few people down there. One of them is a bongo owner, so she must be pretty cool. And there might be someone else coming along and going in between us there. So it is a little bit annoying that I couldn't choose my pitch, because I would have liked to have chose one over there away from everybody else. But it is what it is. I'm wondering if we don't get to choose because the road is there, and there is a bit of road noise. Now, I don't think it's going to keep me up at night, but there is road noise there. Yeah. Maybe if I'd have asked if I could go over there, they would have said yes, but this is where they wanted me, and I like to just take what I'm given, you know, because it's a campsite review. I feel that's how it should be. But yeah, it looks reasonably good anyway. So you can book the campsite online. I phoned up because I phoned up this morning, and they said, yeah, just pop down. So yeah, pretty good. Anyway, let's go check out these facilities then, people, and see what they are like and start to live the dream. So these are pretty good bins, plenty of them, and there is recycle bins, and there is a glass bottle bank further down that he told me about, and there is a sign outside here saying glass bottle bank further down. Yeah, so yeah, reasonably good. Toilet waste disposal point. Not sure I'd want to wash my dishes in that sink so close to that though, but there are other sinks available, so you don't have to do that. Wastewater point there. Nice field here. Yeah, very nice. It's locked. Urinal tray, 2 cubicles. Yeah, don't look overly clean. 3 sinks, and 2 showers. So they are a push button, unfortunately. A lot of rust there. Yeah, quite grimy around the bottom here. Plenty of lime scale all in the corners there. Yeah, not overly clean, to be honest with you, not overly clean at all. And it does really stink of pee over here. This bit, yeah. Yeah, not too great, to be fair. Very dated. Yeah. There is another men's toilet next to us there as well, which is a bit weird. Yeah, a bit dirty and dated, unfortunately, those toilets. Nice field here though, definitely. Yeah. Wow, check this absolute beast out. Oh my god. What the hell? It's like built into the wall. Huge. I need to look inside. Wow, this is the biggest washing machine I've ever seen. It is huge. Yeah. I think it's only 50p, to be fair. Which actually, if that is true, is pretty reasonable price. Yeah, some sinks here as well. Reasonably decent, to be fair. And I'm assuming this is a tumble dryer. Yeah. Okay, so maybe this is a washing machine that's £4. 2 times £2 coins. But this one just says 50p's, it only takes 50p's. And I can't see any other price on it. Oh, more fields here, bit overgrown these ones. Yep. But the campsite is pretty much empty, so I guess there's no point having all of them cut if they're not in use. So there is canoe hire. I can't find the prices, but yeah, plenty of canoes because the campsite does have its own part of the river. Yeah, so it's quite nice that the campsite has its own little stretch of the river here. There is another little path over there. Now you can fish here from the campsite, but it is £5 for the day, which I don't know how I feel about because it's a public river. Do you know what I mean? I find it a little bit cheeky, to be honest with you. This is a nice little area anyway. Yeah, looks like there is a nice little bit here we can walk along the river. I don't think it's much of a walk, but we're going to check it out. Couple of benches here by the river, have a little sit down. Yeah, it's pretty decent. Now there is a bridge just over there with the main road, so there's a bit of traffic noise. Yeah, I think the old boy is now cutting the grass in this field next to me here, which I just said was a little bit long. So yeah, it's pretty decent anyway. So there is an absolutely incredible view here, people. You might not be able to pick it up on camera, but that white sign over there says Norfolk, Nelson's County. Yeah. So the other side of the river is Norfolk. We are in Suffolk. Yeah. Look at that glorious county over there, hey? Yeah. Now, I always thought, I'm pretty sure my mate who was from Bungay told me that Bungay was in Norfolk. But I did actually ask in reception, is Bungay Norfolk or Suffolk? And they said it is Suffolk. Yeah. Bit of a letdown, isn't it? But hey, never mind. Bungay is literally just a stone's throw over there, and we're going to go check out Bungay in a minute. Yeah. There's quite nice grounds to this campsite. There is. Yeah, and it is nice that the river is here. £26 for the night with an electric pitch, hookup pitch, isn't too bad. Those facilities were dated and they were a bit of a letdown though, and they were dirty and smelly, you know, they were. Yeah, I thought they might have been when I sort of saw the toilet block from the outside. You can tell it's an old toilet block, but the grounds are lovely and it is a nice area. Yeah, if they were charging me 30 quid I'd definitely be complaining, and I thought this was a 30 quid a night campsite, to be fair. But yeah, so £26, you know, those facilities need work, but it is a lovely area, lovely grounds. Nice little bench here, tucked away. Mind you, it's covered in bird poo, but I guess it would be from where we are. There are some quite nice hard standing pitches over there in between those birch trees. Yeah, I do like that, and they do have their own bench. I don't know whether there's a different price for hard standing pitches or not, to be honest. There are a few statics about. Right, as we have Bungay so close, just across the road there, we might as well go check it out then, people. I don't feel like I'm going to enjoy it as much now that I know it's in Suffolk, eh? That's a joke for all you legends who live in Suffolk. Yeah, anyway, let's get out there and check it out. Let's roll. So this church is actually famous for its encounter with the legendary Black Shuck. So during a thunderstorm in 1577, the hull-hound Black Shuck paid a visit to this church. He burst through the doors, killing one man and one boy. I believe they died of a heart attack from shock of seeing him or something like that. And he caused the steeple to collapse through the nave, yeah. And then he done a runner and went and pestered some people at another church somewhere else, yeah. So yeah, we are in Black Shuck County, people. This is where the legendary Black Shuck used to roam. The demoned dog, the hull hound, yeah. Not sure I believe it all, but hey, who knows. So there is a castle in Bungay, but us having some work done. Building an extension, I assume. That's a joke, it's old ruins. Yeah, so it's closed at the minute, and it's been closed for a long time, I do believe. Yeah, it is just a small little ruins. So yeah, Bungay's a nice little place to have a walk around. I've been here many times. I used to visit a lot when I was a kid. Got friends of the family that lived here, and we used to come down here and stay here. So yeah, it's a pretty nice place, to be fair. It is small, just a small little town really. Some nice buildings and that, you know. Well, I've just popped back to put on some more clothes because it is getting very cold tonight. And then we're going to head off and do a nice river walk, circular river walk. And the brilliant thing about it is that the start of the walk is literally right by the entrance to the campsite. So yeah, it's not going to be a very long walk to get to the river. So yeah, that's pretty decent. I don't think it's a very long circular walk. From what I remember, I have done it before in the past, and that was a few years ago. But yeah, anyway, let's crack on. Let's start living the dream. Yeah. Campsite there, Bungay there, river walk here. So yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah. Gorgeous evening to be out, people. Well, I'm back now, people, and that was a lovely walk, and I was very surprised that I did not bump into a single person. Yeah, so happy with that. Anyway, going to cook up some tea now, and I got some sausage rolls. Now, they're not what we normally call sausage rolls, they're sausages in a roll. Yeah. And then I got a few mushrooms that I'll add to the mix as well. Why not? Now, I normally try and avoid sausages in the van because I had them before and I didn't cook them properly. And yeah. So I would have preferred something a bit better than sausages, to be honest with you. But I was in Rendlesham this morning, in a shop in Rendlesham, and there just wasn't really much else they had, to be honest with you. And I had bacon rolls yesterday, which was in the video from last week, which is why I've still got 2 rolls and some mushrooms. So, yeah, figured I'd get some sausages. Had I known I was going to come to Bungay, I would have just bought something in Bungay, but I wasn't actually planning on coming here today. Yeah, yep. Never mind, we'll make do, and I'm sure it will be good. No butter, I'm afraid, but we'll solve that problem with mayonnaise. Yeah. So I am making sure these sausages are very well done, because I have been caught out in the van before thinking my sausages were well done, and they were not. And I had a bit of a funny gut that night, people. Yeah. So yeah, these sausages are going to be, well, they're going to be pretty black. Yeah, going to be putting a black sausage in my mouth, eh? Yep, he's looking pretty damn good, people. Pretty damn good indeed. Got a feeling a lot of it is just going to fall out of the roll, but who knows. Well, they went down pretty well, people. So far, no stomach pains. So, yeah, fingers crossed we're going to be okay for the evening. Yeah. So, I was in a shop in Rendlesham this morning, and I got recognised by 2 subscribers, which really blew me away because I was, you know, in Rendlesham. And one of them, a nice lady I was chatting to, her husband's just messaged me. Brilliant. Yeah. And another bloke, I was sitting in the van eating a sandwich, and a bloke came up to me and brought me a couple of beers. So yeah, brilliant. So yeah, cheers, Anne. I really appreciate it, mate. I'm going to try the Brewdog Shore Leave Amber Ale. I've never had this before, so yeah, looking forward to it. So I would like to thank a few subscribers who have bought me a beer recently. Thank you Nicola, Bob and Charlie the dog. Thank you Lionel. Thank you Paul Trower. Thank you Mark and Dawn Harrison. And thank you Nick, Lewis and Sophie Hope. But of course I would like to thank all of my subscribers because you are all amazing people. Yeah. Do you know what? It smells nice and sweet, like a sweet homebrew that I used to make. Yeah, it does. Yeah. Right, let's give it a go then. Cheers everyone to living the dream. Yeah, I don't mind that. Not a bad beer at all. Yeah, it's a pretty damn good beer, to be fair. So I do have pretty good internet connection here on my mobile SIM router, so yeah, gonna watch some YouTube.
I'm an explorer, a biologist, and fishing detective. Fish on! I've made a career out of investigating cases of freshwater monsters accused of the most heinous of crimes.
Yeah, morning everyone. Yeah, I slept pretty well last night, to be fair. Did get a good night's sleep. Wasn't disturbed by the road over there at all. So, yeah, happy with that. So there is a supermarket in Bungay and there's plenty of shops and pubs and stuff like that. So there's everything you need, really. Yeah, and there is a bus service as well. You can get the bus to Norwich, Beccles and Diss. So that's pretty good. So I'm undecided on the campsite, to be honest with you, because the grounds are really nice, some really nice fields to camp in. I think I'm probably on one of the worst pitches, but there's some really nice pitches. It's a really nice camp and ground. £26 a night would be great for that price for the grounds. However, I do feel the facilities let it down a bit. They're just not really that great. But again, like, I don't know whether I can justify it or not. Do you know what I mean? It's a tough one, this one, because the grounds are lovely. If that facility block was a bit more modern, a bit cleaner and a bit updated, I'd be saying, yeah, £26, fantastic. But I'm a bit undecided, yeah. So in high season, the price does go up to £32 a night, and those are not £32 a night facilities. So yeah, I feel like £32 is a bit too much for this site. Yeah, but £26 might be justifiable. Well, I'm going to pack up now and head off then, people. If you've enjoyed any of this, like and subscribe to catch me on another adventure. Keep living the dream, and I'll see you soon.